NHL owners on Tuesday finally put their reality caps on and put a real offer to the players on the table. I'm Kevin Dupont for Globe 10.0 here with Scott Thurston. And Scott, one thing the owners said is if the players take this new deal, which is carved on 50% split of revenues, they'll get hockey going by November 2. What do you think?
I don't see it happening. I really don't. I think Donald Fehr needs to win with this, and I think he's...
You think it's personal?
I do.
Do you?
And I think he's going to dig in a little bit. And I think there's a reason too, Kevin, that all these players, 100 or so players were over in Europe and they kind of dug in. Why would they be so eager, to accept the deal right away? I think that might make the owners sweat a little bit.
Yeah, some of those guys are over there, although I don't think they're making real money over there. They're over there having a good time. They're staying in shape. I think what you're going to see here is very shortly, and they're meeting here on Thursday at 1 o'clock today to start talking about this deal. If the players come back and say there's a crux of a deal here, then that's encouraging, and it could happen by November 2. I think they're not going to say that. I think they're going to come back and say, as we see in most of these deals, okay, you want us to take the roll back? What's the gimme? What do we get for that? And I don't see that there's a get in this deal.
Well, yeah, you talk about maybe the length of the deal.
Length of deal.
Years to free agency.
Right. One of the sticking points being here that the owners want to put a term limit. You can't have a contract greater than 5 years.
Right. Revenue sharing.
Revenue sharing, which the owners are saying they'll up to $200 million. I think that is generous.
Right. And the bottom line is, how do the players recoup the money?
Yep.
With this proposal and the proposal's been made public. So what does that tell you from the league's point of view?
Well, sure, they want to put up the heat. But the money you're talking about in terms of losing is going from a 57% take, which has been the players' take since the start of the salary cap, to 50%. And then that's a loss of $230 million a year times a 6-year deal. Do a math, Scotty. It's like $1.5 billion.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see what their response is come by the end of the day, actually. My feeling is November 2 not going to happen. We're in probably for another 3 or 4 weeks of just hard negotiations.